Hi, YouTube family. The internet been buzzing lately about this topic involving Pooh, Shiesty, and Gucci Mane. I'm not 100% sure of the facts, so I can't speak on it. I did some research and some other YouTubers dug up some stuff, so we gonna piggyback off of them. My personal knowledge to this situation is zero. I even tried to find some interviews and stuff like that, but I couldn't. But one thing that sounded true and kind of made sense was that when Scar passed away, Big Scar was one of Gucci Mane's artists, but he's also Pooh Shiesty's cousin. So I remember a few years back when he passed away, I was seeing some shit saying that he needed his chains back from Scar's family members. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? The nigga just died. Anything that you did give him jury-wise, let his family keep that shit so they can get some money aside, because he gone. Whatever money he made, that's it. Couple of streams and all that, you gonna get those proceeds, but a year or two, all that shit die down. So if they got a chain or two, let them keep it. But you always got to look at the story from every side. So I thought about from Gucci angle, you got people running around with a 1017 chain on that's not even 1017. They could do some shit to put a bad name on his brand or anything like that. So I kind of feel what a little bit of Gucci Mane wanting his chains back after he died. But overall, nah, man, let them keep that. That ain't about nothing. But that's the only reason I could thought of him and Shiesty beefing. The rumors were saying that Shiesty robbed him. So that even made it more crazier. So you know the internet is buzzing. But I tapped in with a few people, and we gonna go over their videos. If you don't see more than one video after we tap in with them, that means it's copyright infringement. Some people don't let you commentate on their videos and stuff like that. But we gonna dig into their shit, and then we'll try to break it down afterwards.
Trapmore gang, there are some absolutely wild rumors going around about Pooh Shiesty. Now, we heard a day or so ago, I talked about it on this channel, that there was a rumor going around that Pooh Shiesty had been arrested, he'd been sent back to jail, he didn't pass go, he didn't collect $200. They was saying that big Pooh Shiesty might have got in some trouble. Then everybody said, no, it's all good. Ain't no trouble with Pooh Shiesty. He's all good. He's not in trouble. He didn't get arrested. Now, some people thought that was cap and damage control. Some people thought maybe this was all just a little bit of promo. But now we're hearing some absolutely insane rumors going around Reddit and beyond. They're saying word on the streets is Yo Gotti took Pooh Shiesty from Gucci Mane, and word in the streets is Pooh Shiesty robbed Gucci Mane for his wedding ring and watch and made him sign out the deal that he had with him. You heard it here first. Now, this has been going around a bunch of places. Some people are saying Abraham Lincoln level of cap. For real, no way this happened. It's almost rage bait. Sounds like some shit you got from ChatGPT. They're saying Hernandez Govan, my guy, I might call him. I'm going to give Hernandez Govan a call at the end of this video, perhaps, all right? And we're going to hear what he has to say. But this story has been flying around everywhere, okay? And they're saying word on the streets, Yo Gotti took Pooh Shiesty from Gucci. Word in the streets, he robbed him for his wedding ring. That's what's going on around, okay? This news is going absolutely everywhere. And we really don't know how true it is at this stage. And we're going to try and get to the bottom of it. People saying, I drop Shiesty too if you're talking about Yo Gotti in FDO. Ain't no loyalty. So Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti have had a little beef from way back. This says Gotti, a Memphis legend. The whole city know that at one point in time, even Dolph fans was Gotti fans. Even Gucci F with a dude, and they got tapes, and everybody just fell out. People saying, as he should, Gotti smashed his wife back in the day, and Gucci always been good with Dolph. Gotti and Juk was jealous of dude, and they made multiple attempts on his life till they got him. F them. Now, People saying Pooh Shiesty definitely not rocking with Gucci Mane. He not wearing no 1017 stuff no more, and it's nowhere on his page. And Gotti been posting Pooh, and Gucci isn't. And Pooh did not shout out WAP on FDO, but he shouted out Gotti, knowing that Gucci and Gotti had a slick beef. As far as taking the wedding ring, that sounds like cap. They're saying Pooh Shiesty did a song with Glorilla, and Glorilla is from Memphis and Gotti's artist. It's promo, and Pooh already shouted out Gucci in an interview, but he also said he wouldn't sign with Dolph or Gotti, and that line about Gotti and FDO wasn't a shout out. You're making stuff up. People that really think that was a shout out to Gotti and FDO is goofy. So here's the lyric, right? It basically, he says, I ain't choose rap, it chose me. My name held too much weight. Type of influence where I'm from got Yo Gotti toting a Drake. So some people feel like maybe that was a shout out, maybe it was a diss. He was basically saying legends in his city are hyped or influenced by him. You could argue that it's almost a bit of a sneak diss where he's talking about, I got so much influence, I had Yo Gotti, he needed his gun because I had so much influence, I had people scared. But basically, the fact that he's supposedly signed to Gucci, ain't no Gucci Mane shout out in this, all right? A little Yo Gotti mentioning that. A lot of people are thinking maybe that's part of it. Now, this has been going around everywhere. Okay, even the Gucci Mane subreddit is talking about it. It says, I heard Gucci Mane got robbed by some rolling 60s who was functioning with Pooh Shiesty last night after Gucci refused to release Shiesty from 1017. People saying they call cap, all right? They saying it's all cap. I done robbed dudes, I done got robbed, I done sold soft, I done sold hard, I done got away and done got caught. So if I'm crazy, then it ain't my fault, right? Some throwback lyrics. So everybody's saying it's cap, everybody's saying you heard wrong, all right? Everybody's saying it's cap, 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 cap. But on the very same day as these rumors came about, Hernandez Govan, the man, Mr. Beat the Murder, all right? He was accused of masterminding the Yo Gotti, not the Yo Gotti, of course, the Young Dolph hit with connections to Yo Gotti's brother Big Jerk, but he was acquitted, all right? The glove didn't fit. They must have quit. He basically didn't go down for that situation. But on the same day as these rumors, he basically came out with some pretty wild claims of his own. So here's what he said.
I don't know who need to hear this, man, but, no, I'm lying. Hey, Gucci Mane, LaFleur, you went and signed 100 from Memphis, Tennessee to try to antagonize Gotti all because he your wife. Then you dropped him, little and killed Pooh, and not got it and took Pooh Shiesty from you. How it feel to have a Memphis man take your wife and your #1 artist? You gotta tighten up, Gucci. All that goofy you were doing. Signing 100 from Memphis, Tennessee, you ain't never heard mixtape. Just signing and antagonizing. And you know we know about the other little just happened too. Yeah, we're gonna run that later on, though, Gucci. Still shiesty around here, I see.
So he's basically saying, he's basically stamping it, all right, the Gucci's wife, Keisha, how do I say her name? Keisha K, we're going to call her. Keisha K. Basically, that's what Hernandez Govan's saying, that she used to mess with Yo Gotti back in the day. Now, that's a pretty wild allegation, all right? And he's hinting towards this whole wedding ring robbery thing going on, all right? We don't have absolute confirmation that that's the case. But let's basically just go back, all right, and remind ourselves what happened last time somebody tried to rob Gucci after Young Jeezy famously put a bounty on his chain, and Gucci Mane ended up catching a legal body.
5 men, 3 of which were dressed in all black, stormed in the apartment surrounding Gucci and his companion. They were able to enter when the female companion conveniently opened up the door.
One of them had green tape, one of them had a weapon, one of them had brass knuckles and hit him with brass knuckles. It hit him real hard, had him wrapped up. The other guy had a weapon, hit one of the other guys with a weapon.
Gucci would be punched with the brass knuckles while his female companion would receive a blow with the back of the firearm. At this point, Pookie Loc and his affiliates' plan seemed to be going well, but in a split second, the tables turned. They underestimated the human nature to want to survive, and in a moment when one of the assailants allegedly shouted, "Shoot him," or something to that extent, Gucci Mane decided to protect his life.
It became a situation where he defended himself. Somebody yelled, one of the other 5 guys yelled, "Shooting," something to that effect. He grabbed a gun that was nearby and he started the open fire to defend himself.
Talking to reporters, Sheeb said witnesses heard a scuffle and gunshots and saw the men fleeing the apartment, with one asking another, "Are you hit?" Further, the witness claimed the assailant, which was shot, walked their way and ran into the woods, while the others ran in the opposite direction and left in the truck. Gucci's lawyer, Sheeb, made it aware that Gucci would also get into his vehicle and went the opposite way of the man who was shot. The landlord of the apartment stated that from his perspective, it looked like a robbery. However,
So, look, all right, I know that was a little bit melodramatic, but basically last time they tried to rob Gucci, somebody ended up in the sky. All right, no disrespect, rest in peace to Pookie Loke, but that is what happened. Everybody knows it. But now they're saying Pooh Shiesty had some rolling 60 Crips, staying Gucci Mane, not just for his wedding ring, but also for his contract. They really got Suge Knight on him, apparently, okay? They hit him with a vanilla ice. Now, Gucci Mane's a dangerous man, so that's not someone who you'd want to do this with, but it's important to note, okay, that rumors of Pooh Shiesty and Gucci having a beef in general has come from pretty unreliable sources. Check
It
this out.
looked like Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane beefing. Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane beefing.
They calling him Pooh Shiesty, all right? So this is the type of stuff that's going around. Can you really believe this type of thing?
Because Gucci Mane released a new label, 1017 Millionaires, while Pooh Shiesty locked up. Pooh Shiesty declined it because he's super famous and the biggest artist out right now. Plus, while Pooh Shiesty locked up, Gucci Mane dropped him from 1017 on a random Instagram post and wasn't pushing his name out there while he was locked up.
So they're saying, you know, these are like, who's saying there's got to be a comedy skit. Now, Pooh Shiesty, okay, he was a great prospect for Gucci Mane, so it doesn't really make sense that he would want to drop him. If anything, I think what's more likely is that Pooh Shiesty actually is really just looking to get the most out of his career because he knows he's the hottest. He was the top rapper on Billboard last week.
The Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty beef has escalated to a point of no return. A couple of years ago, Gucci Mane began to aggressively pursue new artists in Memphis and sign them to get back at Yo Gotti. Initially, the plan was genius and it was working tremendously. Gucci had Pooh Shiesty and Big Scar under his roster, and those two were like the two hottest young artists in hip-hop at that time. But now, when looking back, that move is backfiring against Gucci and could potentially get Gucci hurt really badly. The Yo Gotti and Gucci Mane beef that led Gucci Mane to start signing these Memphis artists actually started when Gucci Mane found out that Yo Gotti was sleeping with his girlfriend around the same time he was. And then on top of finding out that Yo Gotti was smashing Keisha around the same time Gucci began dating her, Gucci was mad at Yo Gotti for trying to drop his album on the same day as him.
Man, the first time Gucci ever tweeted me, I was in the studio. Somebody sent it to me, and I called his phone like 6 times in a row. He answered probably like on the 6th one.
He was upset that you put your mixtape out the same day as his.
Him and Gucci Mane's relationship took a hit after his cousin Big Scar, who's also signed to Gucci Mane, passed away. See, when Big Scar passed away, this really affected Pooh Shiesty. This was one of the closest losses that Pooh Shiesty has ever took.
Big Scar passing away, like, I could agree with me being in there and having some alone time to think. I could really agree with it, but like to this day, I still ain't really got over that, you know what I'm saying? So it's my little cousin, like, I was there, you know, every step of the way until, unfortunately, I wasn't there no more, you know? So me coming home to that, like being in there when you hear a death and, you know, you get the bad news, it don't feel real, especially like without you being able to go to a funeral or see him like right there, so.
So he was relying on Gucci Mane to show out for Big Scar and really represent for the entire label, including Pooh Shiesty. So Pooh Shiesty was really disappointed when Big Scar's family, which is also his family because they're cousins, began to call out Gucci Mane and expose Gucci Mane for not paying for the entire funeral and asking for Big Scar's chains to be returned back to him because he paid for it, even though he gave the chains to Big Scar.
Up out of here. My brother just passed away, ho. He deserved way more than what Gucci put in. He was talking about some flowers and 10K. He ain't pay for no funeral. He put towards the funeral, but he ain't pay for it. He said that he was gonna pay for the funeral, and he ain't do that.
Let's go into the Gucci Mane Yo Gotti beef. I didn't remember this, but it was obviously said even on the Breakfast Club. So some of the backstory between Yo Gotti and Gucci does actually revolve around Gucci's wife, it seems. But as much as guys want to act like, oh, it ain't nothing, I'll get me another chick and I'll never fight a fuss over no chick or whatever, you had it, I got it now. As much as some guys act, not all, act like that, I really do believe that the bigger issue here is the signing of these artists from Memphis. rappers are so territorial. Every industry, you put money and competition and people in similar lanes, and you create what we see all the time. It's so common. It's everyday shit. Even people that act like they support each other, they're always in competition. All right, let's say Rough Riders, D and Y and Jay-Z and Dame Dash, they all love each other and shake each other's hands when they see each other. But best believe Rockefeller and Rough Riders are competing. You know, No Limit and Cash Money. Well, they didn't even like each other, so that was clear. But you see what I'm saying? It's always competition. And if you're kind of playing more in my backyard, so to speak, because Gucci is from Atlanta, Yo Gotti and this whole all these artists signing of Memphis, right? It almost looks purposeful. Like, let's be real. Allegedly, let's take a URL on an RBE thing, right? All of a sudden, you book gyms, you book Oops, you book, you know what I'm saying? It looks intentional. And maybe there's some on the reverse on the RBE side. It just looks like intentional stuff. And sometimes it's like, come on, like, duh. And who the fuck cares? As long as the fans get entertainment out of it. But this is like big money stuff, though. You know, some people kill you over $1, but this is, you know, big heavyweights signing and contracting artists and doing subliminals and dropping on each other's release dates and whatnot. So I could understand how the Gottis and the Guccis have these type of fallouts.
All right, so after reviewing those videos from Trap Lord Ross and Poetic Flacco, and I'm not sure the last guy, he's a new guy I tuned into. Go subscribe to their channels and check them out, because those are people that I watch, as well as get information to create my own videos. So whichever videos you guys were able to see under this review, let me know in the comments, because sometimes copyrights, infringements, don't let it go through. But after reviewing everything, man, I understand where Pooh Shiesty coming from. That was his cousin, like his blood cousin. They're around the same age, so they grew up neck and neck. They damn near like brothers. So, you know, if he was home, he would have fucking went crazy for him. Probably spent $100K if he had it, because that's his cousin. He would have wanted him to go out the right way. So being that he jammed up and WAP is his man, and he was signed to him, he got his cousin signed to him, he probably thought that, like, yo, WAP gonna do the right thing. But as you can see, that was his sister saying that he didn't pay for the whole thing. But some receipts came out. He sent $10,000 and some 1017 accessories to the funeral. That's a fact. He probably didn't pay for the whole thing. Maybe if it was 15, 17, 16, whatever. He put 10,000 and he sent some roses. You can't get mad at Gucci for that. So if I came at Gucci the wrong way in this video, I apologize, because 10,000 is way more than enough to take care of a funeral, and he sent some roses. Maybe the family is mad because, you know, they didn't get to pocket the money. Like, you know, usually a nigga drop the load off to the family, then the family will chop it up, and then they'll do whatever they want to do with the money and then pay the lowest price for the funeral. That's more than likely what people gonna do in those type of situations, especially if you ain't used to having no big money like that. But 10,000 is definitely enough. That's number one. Number two, now the beef with Gotti and Gucci has finally uncovered and has been unsealed. So Gotti fucked Keisha Keough. That's Gucci Mane's wife. Now, it was alleged that it happened before him, so I don't understand why he got upset. For prime example, if you knew that you fucked her and you my nigga, you supposed to tell me, like, yo, bro, you know, I popped that just in case. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Just to let a nigga know. You don't want to be walking around, we chilling, nigga, and you fuck my bitch and I don't know about it and we hanging out together. That shit is corny. So I don't know about that whole situation, but Gotti did publicly admit to it. And this is after Gucci Mane said he ain't have no respect for him for dropping his album on 10/17. Now the 10/17 thing, that kind of makes a lot of sense, man. I mean, nobody else was dropping on 10/17. I mean, that's his moniker. And if you know that he got an album coming out, just don't drop it on that day. You could have made it the 18th, the 19th, the 15th. That shit is corny that you dropped it on that day, Gotti. And you could have told the label or not let that happen, because that shit is just corny. 10/17 is Gucci shit. Not saying that he owned the day, but if he got something, the project coming out, any rapper should respect. Don't even drop on that day unless you trying to start some shit. And that's how Gucci took it. And he told him that too as well. He said he ain't like Gotti response. So with that being said, with the beef with him and Gotti going on and Gucci trying to sign all the Memphis rappers, and now the Big Scar shit happened, maybe this shit is true. I need y'all to be the judge to this, because no facts, like 100% facts has came out that he has robbed them or he has signed. It's just a lot of speculations. We're on the road to 30K, man. I need y'all to like, subscribe, and get in them comments for me. Let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. And if anybody has an update with some facts on this topic, please chime in, because everything right here is alleged and speculation. So I want to get some facts on this situation, but the way this shit is buzzing, I think it's some type of truth to it.